damn call. What's the whole point of having do not disturb on a phone if somebody calls and it drops the video? That's stupid. I never understood that. Anyway, man, going back to the video. Here we go. I hate when that happens.
America's interest. It was in America's interest to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. It's in America's interest to not go to war with Russia. And strangely, we have to say it's in America's interest to, not go to World War III. But they're still thinking that antagonizing and capturing oil tankers that are bound for Russia with Russian flags protected by Russian naval fleets that's somehow in America's interest. I mean, this has gone so backwards and so wrong from what people voted for. This is the absolute opposite. This is the stuff we expected under Joe Biden, quite honestly. This is exactly what we expected, and instead we're getting it under Donald Trump, this marching us closer and closer to potentially World War III with Russia, a hot war against Russia. Now let's talk about some of the demands that Trump has made to Venezuela. It's come out that Trump made a list of demands.
He said he's going to bomb Colombia. He's going to try to take Colombia next. That ain't going to be looking too good for you, bro. Colombians, they're not going to be as passive with you. And rumor be that he didn't even take Venezuela, you know what I'm saying? He kept Maduro and his wife, bombed them, and, got what he needed to get up out of there. But, allegedly with this 6 million troop reserve that they got from these partner nations, I don't think he can fully take it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can, but that would be problems. So they're spreading themselves out thin. And when you go into the history of the ancient Roman Empire, this is exactly what happened. They were spread too thin. The military was losing its might, and essentially the economy, it collapsed the same way ancient Rome is, man. I mean, the same way America is going down, this is how ancient Rome collapsed. Too many wars, economic infrastructure was totally jacked up, geopolitics, infighting, divisions, political wars, all this stuff, But it says here, "Oh, that dwellers upon many waters, abundant in treasures." Isn't America abundant in riches? They still, all right? They said that thy end is come and thy measure of thy covetousness. It says, "The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall live up a shout against thee." Because now they have attacks, or they have potential threat for T attacks here in America because, what happened to the Venezuelans, man. So it's all coming together according to Bible prophecy. "And when he have made the earth his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, has stretched out the heavens by his understanding." But it says, "But when he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, which he causeth the vapors to ascend into the ends of the earth. He maketh lightness with rain, and he bringeth forth the wind out of his treasure." Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the ultimate control. He's the omnipotent power. All right. Let's go here. The book of Habakkuk. Because this is the book of Habakkuk jumping off the pages. Habakkuk 2. And I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." So now we're just waiting on a chip. And once the chip comes, which could be any day now when they decide to collapse this dollar, that's when things are going to pick up. But I got a feeling they're going to try to drag this thing out, because that's what Esau does. It's like everything else is jumping and hopping and skipping, but the chip seems to be the slowest process because they need the perfect crisis. Well, the perfect crisis will be to collapse the economy and make people, and take people against their will. Put the squeeze on them, because when you put the squeeze on these people, then they will opt into the chip. So what the hell are you waiting on, man? I feel like this devil is watching our videos and he's constantly moving the goalposts. And that seems to be what's happening, but really it's Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and he's going to bring it to pass in his own time. All right. It says, "For behold, his soul, which is lifted up in him, is not right in him, but the just shall live by his faith." Yeah, because we have faith that these things will happen. It says, "Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, need to keep it at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heaping unto him all people." And this is what he's doing. It's Venezuela, Colombia, Cuba, Denmark, and Ultimately, Venezuela didn't have a Rothschild central bank in there, I don't think. Iran don't either. And this is why he's itching to get these lands, man, because they want to put a small hat led central bank. That way they can control the money, the finances, the resources, the riches. And ultimately they can bully the people into playing ball with them. Because when you have a Rothschild central bank set up in your country, then you're going to have to play ball with this dollar, man. You know? And when you sell out to the dollar, Esau got you in slavery. But it reads, it says, "Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increased that which is not his? How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay." Debt. Hebrew word yet, which means thick debt. It says, "Should they not suddenly rise up that should bite thee, and awake that should vex thee, and thou should be booties unto them?" Spoils. Because now you finna fight a war with the Latin world, okay, Central, South. It's with Central and South America, which, you know, Mexico is really considered Central America if you really look at the map. Iran, Russia, the Chinese, you know. But let's look this up. Let's look it up. Is Mexico considered Latin America, Central America? There you go. Mexico is geographically part of North America, but it's often culturally grouped with Central America. That's right, because its proximity shared with the 7 Central American countries: Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. You know, Zebulon. All right, and the geographers even including southern Mexican states like Chiapas in the definition of Central America. Okay. 12 tribes of Israel chart. Now, let's go to our chart here. Yep, Guatemala's the Panamanians. Asher, the Colombians to Uruguay, Mexican Aztecs, Argentina to Chile. The 12 tribes chart, which a lot of these scoffers got a problem with, but so what? Scoff on, who cares, right? But it says here, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city, and all that dwell therein." Okay? So let's go back to the video, because this is getting ready to be bad for Esau, man. Marco Rubio, Pete Headset Speak. Man, there's so many videos coming out, man. I got so many videos on Save Watch Late. I can't even backlog them. It's impossible. Golly.
To think I was considered.
There's so much edification coming out. It's like I want to watch every video and respond to every video that brothers are putting out, but we literally do not have enough time in a day for all that, let alone the mental space. God, the Lord is flooding this thing, man. That's what a flood is. A flood is something you can't contain. It takes you by storm, and you swept away. And we're swept away with videos and information, and we just got to focus on what we can focus on, man, and keep pushing. But all the videos are good. I want to watch every video every brother done, prophecy, all that history. But I'm only one man, you know. So anyway, here we go.
Buying the dog version.
That's the spirit, bro. 444. That's crazy. What chance of infomercial? What is fenbendazole? But 444 milligrams. That's the spirit. Even the Lord be speaking to you through this folly right here. That's crazy. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shad. And this wasn't even by purpose. It was like by what they would call a coincidence. Which there's no such thing as a coincidence, but that's the Lord right there. Mercy.
You know, 90 capsules in here.
This is exactly what we expected, and instead we're getting it under Donald Trump, this marching us closer and closer to potentially World War III with Russia, a hot war against Russia. Now let's talk about some of the demands that Trump has made to Venezuela. It's come out that Trump made a list of demands asking for a variety of things that Venezuela needs to do. Now you might say to yourself, well, Yeah, because we want them to have democracy, right? We want them to have freedom. We want Venezuela to get rid of their dictator, right? What is this all about? This is supposed to be...
And that's all BS, because for one thing, those are the tribes down there. This nigga don't like tribes, bro. So that's why he's essentially taking over Latin America, because the tribes are down there. You got Zebulon, you got Asher, and Naphtali down there. He don't give a shit. Okay, he wants to take over the people, and so he's killing 3 birds with 1 stone. He don't give a damn about the Israelites, man. He don't give a damn about them. Hell, he just kicked them out. Now all of a sudden you want to do good to them? Oh, we're gonna do good to the Venezuelan people. No, you want to set up a central bank down there to do your bidding. That's all you want, and you want that oil. So basically, it's like king of the hill, man. All right, that's exactly what it is. It's king of the hill, and he's stepping on the toes of Russia, Iran, and China, and that's gonna be a red flag. And then the crazy part, you want to take Denmark, which is a subsidiary of NATO, and that's gonna be your downfall, because once you don't have you can't take on the whole world by yourself, Esau. All right, you can't take on the whole world. Essentially, it's gonna be America against the whole goddamn world, man. This dude Trump ain't smart, bro. He don't care, because the Lord got a spirit on that dude to do exactly what the hell he's doing right now. It's a spirit on that nigga, man. They said, well, what about Colombia? He said, well, we'll take that too. He said, we'll bomb them too. He said, hey, give him the green light. But I ain't mad at DJ, man. Go DJ. Shit, that's your theme song, man. Go DJ, my nigga. Go do what you got to do. I think that was that song Lil Wayne on the first Carter. Or maybe the Carter 2, I think. But it's called Go DJ. Hey, I ain't mad at you, my dude. Keep doing what you doing, man. And please accelerate it. And look, don't let nobody hold you back, man. Okay, you have the support of the Great Millstone, or the men of the Great Millstone, to continue doing what you're doing. All right, unlike these other Israelites out here that want to save your ass. Hey, we commend you on doing a horrible job that you're doing on starting World War III. So have at it, brother. Go ahead. We're not gonna stop you. We're gonna encourage you, and we're gonna pray that you continue to be successful in your endeavors. Okay. All right. And it reads, woe to him that coveted evil covetous to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yeah, he wants the resources, and ultimately he wants world domination, which he pretty much ruled the world. All right, but he wants to be delivered from the power of judgment, man, because the Lord is going to come back and get him. But it says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Okay. So anyway, let's go here. Ezekiel 38:1. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, in prophecy against him. All right. We just went into ancient Japhetic nations, which is, look up the land of Gog and Magog today, and that's going to be Russia. It says, and thus say the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, which the word Ra'ashar, which means chief prince. Okay, Shar prince, Ra'a means chief, and Shar means prince, chief prince. And it says here, and thus says the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army and horsemen and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It's military men. Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, speaks for itself, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. These are the militaries, man. Gomer and all his bands in the house of Togarmah. Okay, you got Turkey, North Quarters and all his bands and the people with thee. So be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, and thou all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is ultimately the big superpower back in these smaller nations, man. So it's going to be a clash of superpowers, man. All right. So this is where we at. One more precept. The scriptures goes into how the hammer of the earth is cut down. Isaiah 14. hammer of the earth. I'm overlooking it because I know it's in this chapter. No, I think that's in Jeremiah. That's in Jeremiah 50, maybe 51, I think. Yeah, Salakia. But anyway, this is the book of Isaiah 14. And I'm going to start at verses 4. And it says, that thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yeah, golden city is America. Golden city ceased. It says, the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers, and he who smote the people in wrath with continued stroke. He that rooted the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Okay, meaning you getting ready to be brought down. It's a matter of time, man, for the Lord finally drops this place like a bad habit. And these people ain't gonna know what the hell to do, man, because it's gonna come abrupt. Scriptures say in one day they should know the loss of children, man. He who smote the people in wrath with continued stroke. He that rooted the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet, and they bring forth into singing. Yeah, the fir tree saying, since thee at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Okay? So once he goes down, there's going to be peace, man. That's when true peace is going to be, once Yahweh come and take this man down for good. Ain't gonna be none of this madness we got to go through no more. This man is the cancer of the earth, man. It says, hell is beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, which is destruction, and is stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and all that speak and say unto thee, art thou become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Yeah, because all your nations are going in captivity, man. But it's going to be even more impressive to see Esau in a low state because he was on top for so long. But it reads, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, that pride, man, and the nose of thy vials, and the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. But how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground that weakens the nations, man? Okay? And Lucifer is just a title for light bearer, which goes into the Hebrew word high law, which means light bearer, okay, of the light. The Illuminati, the illuminated ones, doesn't mean you're Satan. We brought out the concept that we're Luciferians on the right hand side, and everybody bugged the fuck out because they equate Lucifer with being the devil, which the modern day Lucifer right now that's in power is the devil, because Esau is the devil, but it's just a title. Anybody can be Luciferian. We are Luciferians on the right side because we have the light. Go to 1 Peter 1 and 20. The Lord said, we are shining as the light of the morning star, roughly paraphrasing it. So Yahweh Shai is the ultimate Luciferian, man, on the right-hand side. For those of you simple niggas out there that don't understand common logic, just look up the word, man. Don't mean the devil. It just means light. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will you will edify to the next lesson. Shalom.
And drugs, right? We want them to also stop flooding the United States with drugs. That's what it was all about. Except when Trump made his demands to Venezuela, these are the demands according to ABC News. Well, here's the reality. Whether you supported Trump or hope he'd actually break the system, a lot of voters are coming to the same conclusion. Washington didn't change. It just rotated personnel. The U.S. is no longer the unchallenged economic center of the world. Massive deficits, endless foreign conflicts, BRICS expanding, allies hedging, and the dollar being used as a political weapon have all forced a global rethink. And that doesn't mean America collapses tomorrow, but it does mean many people are rethinking keeping all of their wealth tied to one system and one currency. And that's why Block Trust IRA makes sense right now. Block Trust IRA lets you hold Bitcoin and other crypto assets inside a tax-advantaged IRA in crypto investing the smart way.